Welcome guys to the stream. Hope you're doing well. We are back for Ulsan Hyundai versus Fluminense. So I cannot wait to get this one started, guys. Kickoff is about to happen. Okay, here we go. Over to this screen. W's, guys. Just put that up there as well in my chat. I'm changing the scoreboard times in a second. Sorry, the what's it called? The logos there. Don't worry, I had to just configure some other stuff while during the break, so I didn't get too much chance to change the scoreboard. But Fluminense have kicked us off here. Their scoreboard's 2 seconds ahead. There we go. And now it's already Fluminense on a chance, actually. And it's going to be a corner for Fluminense within the first, how long? First 20 seconds, 27 seconds, which is insanity. There we go. Okay, let's change. Ulsan's color is a nice deep blue. Fluminense can be a greenish color with the text obviously being black, so it's visible. And the scoreline is going to be, there we go. So Fluminense taking the corner, whipped in, and that is going to be just a side netting scrape. It looked like it was going to be a goal there for a second, but no, just the side netting, and it's going to be Ulsan Hyundai's goal kick. Oh, it's going to be another corner. It's actually touched out, but must have been by the goalkeeper there. So brilliant save by him for keeping that one, locked out. And here we go. Cross coming in, and it's Fluminense. Takes a shot. Ulsan's keeper saves once again. And not cleared properly by Ulsan's defense there. Not again cleared properly. And there's another save. It's going to be a third corner within the first, how long? First minute? Minute 30, third corner. This is going to look like a demolition here against Ulsan Hyundai, which is going to be insane to watch, guys. Smash like for demolitions. We love to see it. Ulsan Hyundai fans voting up in the poll. 33% chance to win this one. You guys are saying Fluminense. 67% of you think that they are going to win. So let's see what's going to happen here. Fluminense taking the corner, and that is going to go deep once again. It looks like there's going to be a volley attempted and just not cleared properly again by Ulsan. The ball's back on the attack, and there, another shot. Just this time deflected away. And score predictions, drop them in the chat below, guys. I'll rank them. My score predictions, Fluminense 4-0. Just based off, this start. Not even just the start. Fluminense in general, brilliant team. Ulsan hopefully maybe can provide an upset, kind of like Red Diamonds were doing against Inter at the start there. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. This is now, here's Fluminense's lineup so we can read it out to you. So, as the goalkeeper is Fabio. The left back is Fuente. Freitas as the left centre-back. Silva as the right centre-back. Of course, Thiago Silva, the legend of Liverpool. Guga as the right back. Hercules and Martinelli as the DMs. Cerna as the left wing. Ganso as the cam. Arias as the right wing. And Cano as the striker. Of course, the ones to watch will be Arias. I think Thiago Silva is brilliant as well. Hercules was good last game. But, of course, Arias was very good last game for Fluminense. Now for the lineup for Ulsan Hyundai while Fluminense are on another attack here. So Joe is the goalkeeper. Kang, Kim, Trojak, and Lee as the defenders. Bojanic as the DM that's going to invert between defense and attack like last game for Ulsan Hyundai. And there's a chance for for Fluminense, and just cleared away by Ulsan, should I say. As the right wing, Lee and Ko as the CAMs. And then we've got Ludwigsen as the left wing and Farias as the striker. So far, again, no real pressure from Ulsan from this game so far. It's been all Fluminense with full possession here, getting, first of all, like 4 corners in a row, which is insanity in itself. And then, Ulsan just under constant pressure, not winning any balls. So we'll have to wait and see here who is going to be the victor of this match. But, yeah, clearly Fluminense will be a favourite for this one. Make sure to vote up your teams in the chat, guys. Use the poll. And then also, of course, drop your score predictions. Drop your thoughts about this match. And I will respond to every comment you guys give. Don't worry. And here's Ulsan now trying to bring this ball down the field here. Here's a possible chance for Ulsan. It looks like it might have been offside, but we'll wait and see. Just playing the ball here too. It looks like it is Songbum, but he is offside. Yeah, it was just Ludwigsen offside there. Yeah, clear offside from him. Now, this is going to be Fluminense playing out from the back here. Ulsan definitely need, one of these quick counters to work. And that's something that they're going to have to try and, play off of, because Fluminense are going to be insanely dominant in this match. Thiago Silva just playing it there to the midfield, then back. Now Thiago out to Thiago Silva. And now this is going to be Arias who drops deep. And that's going to go back to Guga. Passed over to Freitas. And that is a good cross by Freitas out to the path of Cerna on this left wing here. Cerna's going to just hold the ball up next to the corner post and bring it back into Freitas. Passing through. There's a back heel. Nice by Ganso. Now it's Arias. Arias passes out to Guga. Guga back. And it's now Hercules over to Fuentes. Now is going to be out on the side here. Martinelli. Martinelli again. Little 1-2 play from him and Cerna. And now this is going to be a Ulsan Hyundai free kick. Just a foul there by Arias on the Ulsan player. Or it was Hercules. It looked like both of them actually collided with him. So yeah, double foul there. Going to be a free kick. Kim Pangon is the head coach for Ulsan. And the head coach for Fluminense is Renato Gorcho. Renato's first game, of course, was I think it was a draw to Dortmund. So Fluminense really need to, win this game if they want to go to the round of 16. Because at the moment, as it stands, it is going to be Sundowns going through, along with Borussia Dortmund, if, things continue the way they are. Ulsan look like they're getting overwhelmed. Exactly the Habits faction, because they had 4 corners conceded in the first, 2 minutes, which is something I've never really seen before. You think 3-0 Fluminense, basic voice? Yes, definitely. I think Fluminense is going to be a dominant force in this game. 3 or 4-0. Maybe Ulsan will get a fluke goal in the counter-attack, as per usual. Never count another team out. And also, welcome to the stream, Habits faction, and welcome to the stream, Basic Voice. Hopefully you both are doing well. The Ulsan fans, definitely in the crowd there. They are there in some sort of numbers. There are more Fluminense fans. Of course, the South American teams always, especially the Brazilian teams too, always providing for their team. Definitely their fans are always there, constantly chanting. Not even actually, now taking that back there a little bit, not just the Brazilian teams. We saw Boca fans, they were insane. I feel like that the weakest real fans so far for the South Americans in terms of attendance might be, let's see, maybe River Plate had the weakest attendance, I think. The rest of them had like tons, but still River Plate had an insane amount. Like, not even by week, I don't even mean like really no people there. I mean like they were almost half pack in the stadium. I mean that though these South American teams like Flamengo, we saw it with, I think it was as well, Fluminense now, Botafogo, Boca Juniors, literally packing nearly the entire stadium with fans. And Flamengo as well. Flamengo against Chelsea, that was an insane crowd attendance. And Bayern versus Boca, especially the Boca fans, were continually jumping in that match. And now this is Fluminense on the side here. Martinelli. Now it's Hercules, and now it's back to Freitas. Now it's Martinelli again. It's going to be Silva. Just trying to find a through there. Finds Hercules, and now it's going to be a nice switch of direction there over to the left wing, and it's actually kept in nicely there by Cerna back to Fuentes. And Fuentes just passing it to Cerna, gets a one-touch back. Now Fuentes again. Fuentes just a little tap back to what seems to be Ganso, who's dropped deep. Now Cerna. Now it is Ganso. And that is Arias trying to win the ball there. And this is going to be a good chance for Ulsan maybe to have a little bit of an attack here, a little bit of start of an attack. And it is going out on the side here to what seems to be Ludwigsen, just passing back to J-Ik. The Dortmund and Fluminense out from the group. Don't think Mamelodi will beat them in the last game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all down to the last game. Mamelodi, really, they just need, I think, a draw. No, they needed a draw last game. Yeah, now they have to literally win. Last game against Dortmund for Mamelodi was essential for them to get a draw or a win, but they didn't. Obviously, they were a little bit unlucky at the end there because the comeback was on. But yeah, now they need to really beat Fluminense. And Fluminense so far, just based on this gameplay, what we saw with Dortmund were having to park the bus against them. Fluminense are very dominant in terms of possession, in terms of, attacks. But yeah, we could see, the Mamelodi counterattacks that we saw with them earlier against Dortmund, where they were just outpacing on those wing backs. But Fluminense, yeah, just very dominant. And here, the referee for this game actually seems to be Michael Oliver. So hopefully no controversial decisions from him. I don't think we will get too many, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. And this is going to go to the left side here. It's now with the ball, Freitas. Now it's Fuentes. And Fuentes just passing it nicely to Silva. And now it's back to Freitas. I suspect once we get to the knockout stages, the knockout stages definitely are going to see, completely packed stadiums. I don't think the table is really the group stage here with the tables. Some of these team matchups are going to have completely, stadiums that aren't going to be filled pretty much at all. For example, I think the biggest match that occurred in was, I think, Salzburg versus Pachuca. That stadium was pretty, sparse. I think Esperance versus LAFC was kind of sparse too. Besides, of course, Esperance Ultra is churning up in numbers. But yeah, the round of 16, I think most fans will be starting to come out for those ones because, of course, the group stage matches aren't really a vitality for every fan to visit, especially if you're like a European side. And, you've got some confidence. South American teams have won already a couple of games, and you've got confidence in the team going through to the round of 16, then I don't think you'd really need to visit, the early group stage games, especially against like the likes of, for example, Real Madrid versus Pachuca or Salzburg isn't going to be as visited as, Real Madrid versus Al Hilal was, or Real Madrid in the group stage, round of 16 versus big opponents. Only Fluminense, Palmeiras, Juve and City didn't concede a goal yet. Yeah, that is true. Only those teams haven't conceded, and so far, it seems like that the strongest of those might be Juventus, just because Juventus was having a dominant performance against Align. Align is a weak team, but of course we'll wait and see to see what Juventus can do against the likes of City. Maybe they can keep their 0 goals conceded tally going out of the group stage. Who knows? We'll have to wait. And yeah, one controversial penalty for Ulsan. Yes, exactly. That's the Michael Oliver way. There'll be something controversial in this match, just like with Anthony Taylor. Both Premier League referees always having something controversial. Though I feel like Michael Oliver's previous game, he was like, okay. Just to have a little positive there from him. Ganso just holding up possession, just passing back there. Yeah, there is a lot of nice group stage games, exactly. I actually just made a short before of all the best group stage games so far. And some of them are really, they turned out to be amazing, and some of them I didn't really expect that to be. For example, Esperance versus LAFC. I didn't expect it to be that good. Honestly, I didn't really think it would be that enjoyable to watch. But, man, the controversies there, the penalty in the 96th minute, the chances missed, the 1v1s missed by Boanga. There were so many. And then, like, Mamelodi Sundowns versus Dortmund was insanely good to watch. Yeah, Juve need a better striker. Kolo Muani is okay. He's not the best. But, yeah, he's definitely not the one that Juve need to, permanently consider as their striker. And hi, Narojan, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for turning up, bro. And yes, Vlahovic needs to go. Yeah, I haven't really seen performances from Vlahovic. I feel like since, Dybala left Juve, I feel like they don't have someone as confident on the attack. Except for, of course, Chico Conceição. He is so good for Juventus. Definitely their star player. I feel like he is just amazing. I love watching Chico's gameplay for Portugal and also when he played against Align for Juventus. Yeah, Jackson, exactly. Nicholas Jackson should leave. Maybe Juventus signing Nicholas Jackson. That's something that's going to happen. Definitely going to happen. And this is now Fluminense in the box. Passing through, and there's a chance just cleaned up. And now Fluminense doing a deep cross here, and it's headed away by Ulsan out for a corner. Again, another corner for Fluminense. This is now, how many corners? I think it's now the 4th or 5th. I know I feel bad for Juve if that happened. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they'll get Nicholas Jackson. Jackson should just go to, like, MLS or, Serie B or something. Or somewhere where he'll actually perform, And this is a cross coming in from Fluminense, and it's just headed away by Ulsan Hyundai. It's now Fluminense again with possession. I don't even know what the decision was to bring Jackson on in that game, to be honest, because Delap was just so good. I've said this so many times. He was just amazing. And then they brought Jackson on, and the game just got really mushed away. And this is now back to Fluminense's defense. Yes, definitely. Yeah, no Juve fan will want Jackson, I'm sure. And this is going out to the forward line. And it's going to be a nice tackle there by Ulsan to prevent Fluminense from getting any sort of attack. And it is offside. There was an appeal for foul, but yeah, it is offside. Hence why there is no foul given for this play here. Is this offside? Yes, it is. Okay. Just by the margin of a centimetre. So it looks like that for the offside kick, Yong Guan will be taking. Sounds like his name should be announced Young One. Imagine, bro's name is Young One, literally. Jackson is too small for Juve. Jackson was, I feel like he was like one of those guys who's like really promising, and then you like get him on the field and then he starts underperforming. Bro, like in El Nasser, the counterpart really is Duran. Literally promising, comes in, does a brilliant first 3 games, and then now he misses tap-ins and open goals, like knocking us out of the AFC Champions League by missing an open net. Not even joking you. And now this is going to be a ball for Ulsan Hyundai on the left side here. It is Ludwigsen giving a cross, and it's just cleared away by Fluminense defense. Brilliant clearance by Thiago. Now going on to the left side here, it will be Fluminense on a counter-attack through, I think this is Fuentes. And Fuentes, let's see what he does. Okay. It's going to pass to Cerna. Now this is all the way back at the defense line here. This is now Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva just passing over to Freitas. I feel like Fuentes is almost playing like a left wing, and Cerna's playing like as almost a striker slash left centre forward, because Fuentes really going deep into that left wing position, that role. And yeah, you know, we could maybe see him crossing in a couple of balls here for Fluminense. Similar thing really with Guga. But Arias does like to stay more on the right side, I feel like, rather than Guga, you know, overlapping to his right. And this is going to be a throw-in taken by Guga. Just throws all the way back here to Thiago Silva. Now it's going to Freitas. Freitas passing over to Fuentes. And this is now Fuentes. He's going to pass up to Cerna. And the ball goes all the way back to Freitas. Guga. Guga through ball finds Ganso, who tries to find Arias. It's just headed away by Ulsan, but it's won back by Guga, and then it's Ulsan's ball again. Just a little bit of a scrap there between both teams, and Ulsan Hyundai just now passing around here. It's the left back, J-Ik, wins a throw-in. Yes, a throw-in. There was a goal kick, but no, throw-in won by J-Ik. Just deflection off there from Hercules. And there's 2 options presented here for Jake. Either throw to his right next to the goal line, or throw maybe upfield. Upfield throw by J-Ik, trying to find Ludwigsen, but it is just cleared away by Fluminense. And Ulsan Hyundai do actually win some possession back here. Nope, free kick given. Michael Lovler pulls out the free kick. There by Sang-woo, just giving it away. Looks like Hercules will take this free kick. Yeah, it's just a foul, first of all, on what seems to be, I think that's Cerna, yeah. Just by Sang-woo, sorry. And this is going to be Yap. Hercules taking this free kick. So far, Fluminense is winning the poll vote by 92%. Ulsan Hyundai, 8%. And a draw. 0% of you guys think there's going to be a draw for this match. I could agree. I do think Fluminense will win this one. I'm sorry, Ulsan fans, but I don't think it will happen. Unless, of course, the biggest upset occurs, I feel like. And this is a sub. Thank you so much, Lovely Archaeology, for subbing up. Appreciate that so much. Lovely Archaeology. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that so much. And now this is Thiago Silva passing back to Freitas. Overside to Fuentes. Now this is Fuentes with Cerner open, and Cerner just loses it. Ulsan Hyundai now with possession here. And they win. A lovely kick down the field. And this is a chance for Ulsan actually on a counter-attack. Oh, it's just wasted. Thiago Silva going to mop that one up. That was close for a Ulsan real chance there on goal. There was only one person back, Thiago, and he does do the cleanup brilliantly. Thiago Silva showing those Liverpool genetics inside of him there. Guga passing to Hercules. Now, this is still Hercules finding out on the left side here. Cerner. And then this is a pass out to Martinelli. Cerner does not receive that pass from him. And this is going to Freitas over here to Guga. Guga back to Freitas. And this is going to be a kick out to Fuentes. Fuentes to Cerner. Back to Fuentes. A little 1-2 play there. And Fuentes does a brilliant kick back to Cerner. And here's a chance for Fluminense to score. It's Fluminense, and that is a very bad shot. Just very off target there. Should have been really hit proper. More so there. I think that was Ganso taking that shot there. Not great from him. The initial run is good. It's an onside run. Just brings it, skills past the Ulsan player, and then he just chips it too high. It was actually Cerner there with that shot, and that was not great from him. And this is going to be a goal kick for Ulsan Hyundai, which is just melted down the field here. Back to Fluminense. It's now Fabio with the ball. Just holding up the play a little bit. And this is going to be continued here. On this left side, Fuentes now with it. Passing through. This is now Martinelli trying to find Cerner. Cerner back to the midfield here. Openings on this right side. Arias is open on the right wing. He receives a pass. This is now Arias. Arias dutting twice. Goes for it the third time. There's a cross. Brilliant by Arias. And it's just out. And it's going to be a corner. Corner for Fluminense. Brilliant ball by Arias there, winning the corner. That is essential for Fluminense in, contributing to some more goals here. And yeah, just touched out by Ulsan Hyundai. Originally, it looks like that Hyun Woo does leave the ball for the corner because he thinks it's gone out for a goal kick. However, no, it is going to be a corner for Fluminense. And it will be Arias taking this corner. Cross coming in to the far post. There's a header there, and that is cleared away by Ulsan. And this is going to be a ball collected by Freitas. Pass back, cross coming in. And Ulsan clear again. Another clearance. And now this is Fluminense. Passing to Guga. Guga over to Freitas. Fuentes. And now this is a nice 1-2 by Cerner to Martinelli. And this is a chance. And that is going to be a Fluminense ball. Continue play. Looked like Hercules did a slide tackle foul, but no, he did not. And this is going to be now a free kick for Fluminense. Just outside the box here. Chance for a cross-in goal. We can see Fluminense are very deadly on set pieces, so I wouldn't be surprised if they can get one on target here for a header. And it's actually played quickly, not even crossed in. Now this is Guga. Very quick played free kick there. Arias. And this is going to be just captured by Ulsan Hyundai there, really. Not even a chance for Fluminense to go on a counter. But now here's another chance and given away again. Ulsan with the ball. Very sloppy between both teams there. And here's a chance for Ulsan to really outpace Thiago. And no chance there. Thiago's still showing pace even at 40 years old. Outpacing strikers. And this is going to be now Fuentes. Long ball down the field, just trying to clear it. And Ulsan have possession. This could be a chance here for Ulsan, really, because they've got all their players up in the attack. And they're ready to, cross this one in. Maybe provide a little bit of passes. This is their first real chance on goal. And first real, set of possession here for Ulsan Hyundai. Cross coming out to the left side here. And it's going to be captured there nicely by Ludwigsen. There's a run out by Thiago there to header that away, which he does. Fabio actually does run out to try and catch it, but I don't think Thiago and Fabio were on the same wavelength there. Guga now with the ball. Clears it upfield, and that is going to be a free kick for Fluminense. Just played quickly, actually, and it's going down to Fluminense striker, and it's just cleaned up again by Ulsan Hyundai. Very, very scrappy because that free kick shouldn't have been taken that quickly. Should have really been a waiting game there because possession lost almost immediately after a free kick given. This is now going to be on the left side here for Ulsan Hyundai. It's Jay Ik just passing back to Hyun Woo. Hyun Woo to Young One. Young One passing inside to Bajanic, who loses the ball. This is a chance for Fluminense. Fluminense still with possession. And there's going to be a free kick directly on goal here for Fluminense. A foul against their number 8, Martinelli there. Let's have a look if this is a foul. Yeah, just a very rash decision from what looks to be, yeah, Trojak. Just very rash from him. And, yeah, foul given. Trojak denying that's a free kick, but it is indeed. Bro, you literally just push someone straight over. And we'll see who's going to be taking this one. It looks between Hercules and Arias. Okay. No, it's between Arias and Ganso. Who is going to take this one? If you guys haven't dropped your score predictions as well, make sure to do them in chat. I'll rate them out. And it looks like, yeah, Arias will be taking this. I think I remember in Dortmund he took one that was on target. It was actually a brilliant free kick. I think it was saved by Kobel. And here we go. Ganso or Arias, who will take. Hercules is also lined up for this one. He's now come actually back to line up for it. Seems like Ganso is going to take here. Arias actually takes there, and it's a goal for Arias and Fluminense. Brilliant free kick. That was a stunner. So far the best goal, I think, of the group stage. That was insanity there. Fluminense 1, Ulsan Hyundai 0. What a goal by Arias there. Number 21 for Fluminense. Brilliant. And he's actually running over to the Fluminense fans and celebrating with them. Brilliant goal from him from the free kick. Direct free kick scored. One of the only direct free kicks scored. The only other one by Messi, of course, against Porto. This one from further out, and it's a top bins banger. There was no chance for Hyun Woo to save that. And now Fluminense are leading this game 1-0. Surprised they weren't already leading it, but here we go. There's the goal. And now it's being led at the 27th minute. The second time of asking for Arias a nice shot on target. And the Fluminense fans all dancing around in the stadium, happy that they've got this goal here. This is now Ulsan Hyundai just passing straight out, and it's going to be a throw-in for Fluminense in the defensive half. Brilliant play by Arias, and really a nice free kick as well. That curled perfectly over the wall. Something you don't really see much now is direct free kicks being scored of that quality, and that one was insanely good. At least I haven't seen one in a while being scored, you know. Maybe it's just the teams I watch. And now it's back here for Silva. It passes to Freitas, and now out to Fuentes. Switch of sides. Now it's going to be here to Ganso. And now it's Arias. Just taking my dog out of the room. 1 second. Arias on an attack. My dog can wait, actually, because Arias is looking deadly here. And now it is going to be Ganso back to Hercules and back to Thiago. Okay, I have the opportunity now. There we go. Sorry, guys. And no chances there for Hyundai. Why I left. Just cleaning that up. Sorry about leaving there for 2 seconds. And now this is back here to Ganso. Passes to Thiago. Thiago out passes to Fuentes. And now this is going to be a good chance for Fluminense to really just push up their possession stat to as high as possible. Because, you know, there's no real threat from this Ulsan team, at least at the moment. We could see a bigger threat, you know, maybe in the second half with some changes. But at the moment, it doesn't really seem like it. It seems like Fluminense absolutely dominating in every single aspect of this game. It's now going to be back here to Martinelli. Just a little one-touch back to him. And Thiago Silva just receiving a pass Long ball from Thiago Silva. Just goes out to the left side here where Cerner headers backwards. There's a shot, and it's saved brilliantly by Hyun Woo, just keeping Fluminense out of the goal a second time here. And brilliant save. That is a great shot as well from, I think that was Hercules there taking that shot. Excellent from him. And then Hyun Woo with a one-handed dive save there. Essential for Ulsan to really have a chance in this game, really. Great save from the goalkeeper. Arias just doing a short corner there. And it's now going to be a pass out back here. Martinelli takes a shot from long range. Bounces back. This is going to be now Hercules finding space now with Thiago. Now this is going to be Martinelli again. And this is going to be Guga. They're really just playing with it at the back here, Fluminense. Just waiting really and baiting out the Ulsan players to get out of the park the bus mode here. Good bait, honestly. And this is going to be Martinelli back to Thiago. And it's going to go all the way back to Thiago Silva. Martinelli almost playing as a right back now. And Martinelli receives the ball here. It's going to be a nice through ball. No, it's going to just be played nicely back to Freitas now on the left side here. Looks like Fuentes is coming in. Fuentes might take the shot. He takes the shot from long range, and that is a nice save by Hyun Woo again. And it's going to be Fluminense's ball. Fluminense passing in. Arias tries to find what looks to be, I think that was Ganso, but doesn't do so. Actually, it was Kano. Tried to find Kano there, and no luck. Hyun Woo now having the ball here for Ulsan Hyundai. That was Arias' second goal in the last 4 FIFA club competitions. His second goal in 4 appearances as well. And this is going to be Ulsan Hyundai just playing with it, the defense area. Hyun Woo just passing it out to the backside here, where we have a nice, lovely skill actually by, I think that was Bajanic. J-Ik open for Ulsan. And it is not passed. Instead, Trojak just continues to play that out. Now it's Ludwigsen, Bajanic receiving to pass to him. Ludwigsen on the side here. Now it's back with J-Ik. J-Ik trying to find really some space. And Ulsan still have possession here. There might be a look for a free kick. No, it's continued. And that's going to be a throw for Fluminense. Guga just gets it off of Ludwigsen there for the tackle to make it a Fluminense throw. There is going to be what looks to be a cooling break here. It's now a cooling break. Water is being given out to the players. And any thoughts on the first half, guys? We can read the stats while we wait for the play to resume. So, Fluminense have 76% possession, 0.41 expected goals, 11 shots, 5 on target, 0 big chances missed, 271 passes with 93% accuracy, 2 fouls committed, 7 corners. Now, Ulsan Hyundai stats, 24% possession. We have 0 expected goals, 0 shots on target, 0 chances missed, 73 accurate passes, 80% accuracy, 5 fouls, and 0 corners. And thank you, Finest T, for subscribing. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for that. Can't clap too loud, otherwise my family will waken, but yeah, thank you. Most of the goals after water breaks. Yeah, I know. That's what I've been noticing as well, Basic Voice, that most of these goals are indeed always after the water break. I think it's because there's a bit of a tactical analysis, shift of tactics, because it's almost like a mini halftime where, you know, changes can be made, decisions can be made by the coach. The coach can get the message to all the players of exactly what he wants to happen. And there's also a refresh of, you know, the players' stamina, their hydration. Ulsan's defense is being broken down exactly. I can feel by the end of this 90 minutes, we're not going to just be with 1 goal here, maybe, you know, 3 or 4, because it's looking at the moment like Fluminense are the most deadly tool in this group for them. And as it stands, Fluminense will be in second place with 4 points. Mamelodi Sundowns will be in third with 3 points, and Dortmund on top with 4. And really, Sundowns have to win their game against Fluminense now to get into the next stage of this competition. Unless, of course, something miraculous happens here for Ulsan and they manage to win now from a 1-0 deficit and complete utter defense breaking. Yes, definitely good for the fans. You know, more goals, more fun. You know, I feel like that watching all these matches, the best matches were the ones that had so many goals, lots of attacks. For example, the Bayern-Boca game had, it felt, even though there was little goals, there were so many attacking chances, and it felt like the game was going way quicker. Whereas, the 0-0 Al-Ahly versus Inter Miami opening game, that felt really slow just because of the fact that there was not really any attacking prowess from both teams. Of course, there was the masterclass from Astari, the goalkeeper for Inter Miami, but nothing else really that, committed to such a delicious game as these ones are. And this is Ulsan Hyundai now with the ball at the back. Trojak passes back to Hyunwoo. Hyunwoo holding possession. And it's going to be still Hyunwoo just passing to the left side here. And it's going to be Jayek. Mamelodi was one match sensation after Dortmund draw with Fluminense in the first game. Dortmund didn't really deserve that win. I'm going to say it now. Dortmund didn't really deserve the win. Just it was a goalkeeper sell from Mamelodi. So, no, I don't think they're a one-match sensation. I definitely think they're a strong team. It's just their goalkeeper really sold, the Dortmund game. No offense to Williams. I'm sure he's great. He was just having a bad match. The giveaway and then his mentality really just got broken there. Boca using so many fast breaks, but Bayern were putting so much pressure on them. Yes, exactly. And of course, Bayern really should have had more goals. They should have been finishing chances. Same with Boca. Both teams had a lot of chances with the goal, a lot of pretty crucial chances that they could have attempted to score, really. I remember Elise had two basically open goals where he tried to skill pass the goalkeeper one time, and then the other time he should have really passed to Harry Kane. But yeah, Marchinson made great saves for Boca Juniors to keep them, in the game for most of it until, of course, Elise did score in the end. Yeah, I think as well, the intuition as a striker as well. I think, it wasn't that great, And now this is back to Fluminense. It's just going to be them passing around the back here. It's Thiago. Through ball by Thiago, brilliant. And there's a little bit of a, one-touch play by Ganso. Tries to do a through-the-legs play, but it doesn't work. Here's Ulsan on a 2v1. Suddenly the ball is down to their half, and it looks like that Ulsan might have a good chance at goal here if they can actually finish. There's a cross, and here's an open goal. Ulsan Hyundai score. It's 1-1. Ulsan score, and it's a goal. And so far, as it stands, this means that Sundowns are now placed back into second. What a goal from Ulsan Hyundai on a fast break. Fluminense, they've really just been stunned here after having that much pressure, that much good gameplay. And Ulsan really have done a huge favour to Sundowns, really, by putting them back into second place here and with a chance. I'm sure Fluminense can come back into this game, but that is absolutely stunning. Just 2v1 here, and then the play here by, I think this is Wo-Sang, just getting that ball across this Fluminense defense, straight past the goalkeeper, and then that shot, that finish there by Xiongboom is amazing. I think it was Xiongboom who scored anyway, and yes, I think it was him, yes. Oh no, it was Hyun Lee who scored, number 14. Brilliant by Ulsan Hyundai, 1-1. And as we were talking about basic voice, more goals after the water break. And there's the first goal after the water break. It happens like 2 minutes later. And that's what I'm saying. The water breaks are a huge advantage for the teams down below in terms of score, because they get, tactical refreshment of players. Whereas, it's not going to be as much of an advantage, for example, Fluminense, because Fluminense, of course, are leading. They're just going to be really told to continue playing at, this level. And then Ulsan's actually going to be told, some sort of tactics that maybe were seen as weaknesses. I'm sure that similar stuff is happening with Fluminense, but not to a greater extent because they were doing so well. Because sometimes teams playing really suspicious under expectations. I don't know, basic voice. We'll have to see. Of course, FIFA have got lots of accusations on them from a lot of things, but, Ulsan Hyundai there definitely deserved that goal. There was no way that they didn't deserve that one. Gianni Infantino is in visitation of this game. He is actually in the crowd in the Fluminense half. Hi, Jerry. Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice day so far. Hope everyone watching right now as well is having a nice day or evening. Me, it's now 1:40 a.m. in the morning. And this is just going to be Fluminense. Thiago Silva just playing it across there to Freitas. Now it's Fuentes passing to Cerner. And this is going to be a throw-in for Ulsan Hyundai. Suddenly Ulsan are having a lot of different chances here. And the Ulsan fans behind in the crowd there are absolutely going crazy. Jumping, holding South Korean flags. Of course, they're part of the K-League, Ulsan Hyundai. And, you know, just really happy that their team scored here. And this is a chance for Ulsan on the attack again. And it's now onto this right wing side here. It looks like it was overlapped by Bojanic. Bojanic can cross this in. Here's a chance for Ulsan Hyundai to score a header. And it's just cleared away nicely by Thiago Silva. Now this is Ulsan Hyundai again on the redemption ball. And bringing it around. Winning the chance there, Jin Hoon. And this is a shot by Ulsan. No, it's not. And this is Ludwigsen. There's a lot of scrambling in the box. I can't even tell what's happening. There's a wild shot, and it's just go over. And it's going to be a corner for Ulsan Hyundai. And nice to hear that, Jerry. Nice to hear you're doing well. Too much connections with betting companies where there are hundreds of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good for a game. But next goal, a game Fluminense in 1/2. Yeah. Exactly. Ulsan suddenly performing here, you know. Out of absolute nowhere. No one expected them for this one, but they are doing it. You know, so definitely Ulsan have stepped up their level after that water break. Here's a cross coming in for Ulsan Hyundai. And this is just going to be cleared down nicely by Fluminense. And here they are on a possible chance. But Ulsan do win it. And no, free kick just after the ball is won there. Looks to be a free on Cano. And Trojak is the one who commits this foul there, a bit unnecessarily. Or was it Bojanic, actually? Yeah, Bojanic committing that unnecessary foul. And Fluminense now with the ball. Just should really try and calm down this play, really, because, of course, Fluminense have been receiving now 3 threats from Ulsan Hyundai. 2 attempts on goal in the last, 5 minutes. And this is Fluminense playing it to Thiago. He's probably going to play it back to Fabio. Yes, he does. And now it's over to this left side for Fluminense. It's going to be Freitas. Freitas now with it. Passes to Martinelli. Yes, the score is 1-1. Can't believe it, actually, myself, Jerry. Ulsan 1, Fluminense 1. Going into halftime, it would be best for Ulsan Hyundai, of course, to have a 1-1 draw, because Fluminense in that first real 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the first half really were putting so much pressure on Ulsan Hyundai. Really, was it maybe even longer, up to like the 30th, and then there was that water break. And there's a shot from Fluminense, crazy from Arias, and just goes out for a goal kick. I know, same. I think everyone here can't really believe this as a 1-1 so far, especially Ulsan's form in the previous game against, I think it was Sundowns today last verse. It wasn't that great. They really had almost no possession in that game. But yeah, Ulsan somehow pulling, the strings here for this game, and it's going to be Jean Wu kicking this out. Just a failed header there from Ulsan, and now it's Bojanic just playing it out to the right side. Could be another attacking chance for Hyundai here. And this is going to be back to Jin Hoon. Just all the way nicely to Young One. And long ball. And this is going to be Ulsan still with it. And there is advantage played by Michael Oliver. And it's back to Young One. Long cross coming out to this left side, trying to find Ludwigsen. And it is a failure. And now it's Arias collecting the ball. And Ludwigsen and, of course, I think that was Jay Ick just committing both a foul on Fluminense. Arias there. Like always, surprised that Tormo is not bad at all. Yeah, there's so many surprise matches here. So, yeah, definitely surprising. Michael Oliver just giving Fluminense a new ball there, because the previous one, I think, was removed from the field. Fuentes back to now Freitas. Ball goes over to Guga. Guga back to Thiago Silva. Now over to Freitas. Freitas finds Fuentes here. Freitas now. And this is going over to Thiago Silva again. Freitas again. Long ball coming out to his left side and is just going straight out there for an Ulsan Hyundai throw-in. Fuentes not receiving that. Yeah, there are more surprises than expected scores. Exactly. A lot of different surprising scores in this tournament so far. A lot of different surprising matches, really. We did all think that, you know, every European team would be making it through, but at least some of us did. Obviously not the South American fans, the AFC fans. They would be going for their teams, but most Europeans thought that the European teams would be making it through with ease, but it's not been that way, and I'm glad it hasn't, because there's been lots more excitement then. And this is going to be Fluminense with a chance on goal, and that is just cleared away brilliantly by Bojack, and it's going to be a throw-in for Fluminense. Ganso just not taking the shot there. Bojack, brilliant defense from him. 3 minutes additional time for this half. Ulsan's coach just having a little bit of a smile on his face there, knowing that his players are playing exceptional against such a strong team like Fluminense. It's going out to the right side. Guga. Back to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva playing out to Arias. Arias giving a nice cross going into the box there. And it is just a missed touch from Cerna. If he had touched that, that would have really been a great chance. But now it's Cerna. Cutting in. Cutting fully in there. Gives a cross back. And that is going to be a corner for Fluminense just before this half ends. Cerna has been the most deadly, I feel like, in this half. Even though the goal was scored by Arias. Of course, a direct free kick. But Cerna definitely been the most in terms of dribble power. You know, ability to, you know, maneuver the ball around the field. Finding play. Pace. Arias will be taking this corner. There is a stop here by Michael Oliver. Okay, continue. Arias corner, headed away easily by Ulsan. There was no real height on that. And there is a far-range shot. I think that was by Guga, and it just goes straight over. And it's now going to be a ball for Yongwoo. And it looks like, actually, that Yongwoo won't be taking this goal kick. Trojak will be taking this one. About 1 minute left of additional time. Ludwigsen tries to get the header on that one. It's going to be a Fluminense throw-in. Guga taking quickly. Passes to Hercules. And Ludwigsen now wins it. And here's a chance for Ulsan Hyundai. There's a little lofted ball over to Ludwigsen. And there's a touch. And it's just controlled away. And now it's going to be Ulsan here on the left side. Still with a chance to cross it in. Cross coming in. And there's a diving header. Ulsan Hyundai score. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. And it looks like it is the same man who scored. No, it's Won Sang who scored this one. I think he provided the assist. Did Won Sang provide this assist? I think so. Yes. Won Sang now a goal and an assist. I was going to say he's looked like the one that contributed to the previous goal before. And it's now 2-1 Ulsan Hyundai absolutely turning this around. And as it stands, Sundowns will be going through most likely in the round of 16. They only really need a draw now or win. 2-1. There we go. 2-1. That is insane. No one would have expected that now. Definitely a 1-1 very much could have been a fluke, but a 2-1. No one would have expected this from Ulsan. And it seems like that Fluminense don't really have that good of a defense here on these sort of counter chances. Fluminense fans are not happy about this at all in the stadium. And the Ulsan fans, as soon as they saw that one go in, they were all going insane there. Absolute chills for Ulsan fans there. And, you know, the poll even in this chat here for the live stream, 94% of you guys thought Fluminense would win, 6% Ulsan. And so far, you 6% who voted Ulsan Hyundai are going crazy. And yes, they are playing that good. I know, on these counter chances, it's almost like their prime Real Madrid for the counter chances here. You know, some of these are insane. Ludwigsen's received, you know, cross. I think that was by Jay Ick there with a little chip over to Ludwigsen. Was insanely good. And yeah, your theory. I mean, you know, both goals definitely went in easily there for Ulsan Hyundai. And it's almost like Fluminense aren't really playing well in the defense anymore. There is halftime. And as it stands, Ulsan Hyundai will be getting the 3 points here. And somehow they're now back into the race for round of 16 football. Because really, these are the scores after for group. This is Group F. So Dortmund leading the group 4 points. Sundowns 3 points in second place. Ulsan Hyundai third with 3 points, but lower goal difference. Actually, the goal difference is tied. So Sundowns and Ulsan both have tied goal difference. And Fluminense is now with 1 point, and then we've got a -1 goal difference. Fitness over 9,000, exactly, Mowgli. That's what the South Korean fans are all going to be chanting for, and getting this type of score, against Fluminense, such a big club. What a proud moment it must be for Ulsan. And suddenly, the polls have changed. Fluminense 84%, you think, and 16% Ulsan Hyundai. Crazy, guys. Honestly. One water break and they pay. What? That's crazy, basic voice, But it does look like these water breaks have almost provided tactical, setups that have really changed for these teams. Like, we even saw it with Dortmund and Sundowns. That water break changed that game as well for Dortmund. The water break for this game for Ulsan Hyundai has changed it. We saw it with Pachuca scoring as soon as the water break was over against Salzburg. We've seen it in so many games. Flamengo against Chelsea. Really, everything has been on these water breaks. Viewers from all continents. I mean, I don't know. Those goals did look pretty fair. I mean, Fluminense definitely wouldn't want to throw in front of that many fans. Their fans have basically packed out that entire stadium. So throwing like that is definitely not on their ideals for, gameplay. Because at the moment, they're last in the group. What an embarrassment that would be for Fluminense to have only 1 point with that strong of a squad, putting up these sorts of performances. But yeah. Crazy, they call me much worse than that, brother. I mean, I'm not saying it's crazy. You could be right, could be wrong. I mean, it really just, we don't know what happens behind the scenes, but those goals seem fair enough for Ulsan, and it was a great tactical masterclass from, of course, the coach there. It has to have gone to Pangong Kim for his tactical masterclass, because there's no way that sort of attacking prowess would have come out any other way besides, having the full breakdown with the team there for about 2 minutes before the match is recontinued. Just spotting, the weaknesses in this Fluminense team, and it was found that left side is pretty weak, especially with Guga moving up forward. And that's why I felt like into a week at when they had Damian moving up into that right side. That's where really Inter's opponent, Red Diamond, should have exploited a bit more. They should have really exploited that inverting wing back and moving up the field there. Stats for half-time: 76% ball possession for Fluminense, 24% for Ulsan Hyundai. Fluminense's other stats: 0.55 expected goals, 15 total shots, 5 on target, 0 big chances missed, 360 accurate passes with a 93% possession, 2 fouls committed and 8 corners. And now this is Ulsan's stats: 0.33 expected goals, 4 total shots, 2 on target, 1 big chance, 97 passes with a 79% accuracy, 8 fouls and 1 corner. If Fluminense win last game and Ulsan will lose that, I believe promote Fluminense anyway. Yeah, let's take a look again. So the next game is Dortmund versus Ulsan. So if Ulsan win against Dortmund, then Ulsan will move up with 6 points into first place. Then the next game after that is Sundowns versus Fluminense. So if Fluminense win against Sundowns, they will get 4 points and move up into second place. So Ulsan could actually still go into this round of 16 here if they win against Dortmund, like playing like this, especially since Dortmund weren't looking great against Sundowns. They were not looking great against Fluminense. And, Ulsan could really well exploit that. Otherwise, if Dortmund win against Ulsan, they'll be on 7 points, which clearly will make them go through. They only need a draw, Dortmund, to get through. And for Sundowns, they need to either draw or win against Fluminense. And I'm sure they'll be playing Park the Bus to try and get that draw, because I don't really think they would care if they got a win or a draw in that game. Just a draw would be great for them, honestly. Though, they do have to consider that if Dortmund lose to Ulsan Hyundai, then Sundowns has to get a win to be in that game. If they get a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw, or any sort of draw, they will not be going through. It'll be Ulsan and Dortmund going through instead. So yeah, they need to get a win if Ulsan are winning against Dortmund. But if not, then they just need a draw or a win against Fluminense. Yeah, exactly. For greater success, that's what's definitely possible, basic voice. And hope everyone is enjoying the live stream so far as well. Try to do commentary as best as possible. If you are, smash the like button because it really shows that appreciation to me, and I really appreciate from you guys, Also, if you haven't already, subscribe because we are going to be streaming every Club World Cup game live. We've already streamed. I want to actually check how many I've streamed just to, out of interest for myself. Let's see. 28, and this is including this game, which is insane. W's, guys. Everyone who has liked up as well and subbed up, I appreciate all you guys. This is halftime, though. Let's read the player ratings, of course, as well. So let's get these up. Player ratings for the Club World Cup. Fluminense versus Ulsan Hyundai. So currently the highest rated player for Fluminense is going to be Arias with a 7.9. Ganso next with a 7. For Ulsan Hyundai, the highest rated player is an 8.4. Lee with an assist and a goal. And also has an assist and a goal with an 8.0. He, of course, scored the second goal, and Jin Hyun Lee scored the first goal. Both guys linking up there for both goals. So both goals were scored and assisted by the same duo partnership there. So that link-up is honestly crazy. Fluminense need to get a goal or two. Yeah, exactly, because at the moment, Fluminense really actually need 2 goals to, stay in the challenge for round of 16 football. Of course, they can get in it if they win against Sundowns, but yeah, they definitely need at least 2 goals to really, secure some sort of advantage here over Sundowns going into that next game. So that is those stats there. The lowest rated player for Fluminense is going to be, I think that is going to be Silva. Thiago Silva with 6.3, of course, not including Fabio, the goalkeeper, with the 5.1. Hercules is 6.4. For Ulsan Hyundai, the worst rated player is going to be Kim, the central defender, Yongwon Kim, with 6.1 rating there, which is not that great. Farias, the striker on the left side, Eric Farias for Ulsan Hyundai, has a 6.2. Yeah, they just need a win for against Sundowns. But, advantage of them, really winning this game because it will provide them a little bit of morale boost, a little bit of form boost. But, yeah, going into a game after a loss, especially a game that crucial, is going to really need to have as best morale as possible for the team because we know morale is so impactful in football. We saw it with Williams against Sundowns. We saw it with Wanger against, I think it was LAFC versus Esperance. We saw his morale in that game. So, yeah, morale is definitely an important factor in football. Even when I'm playing football, I don't want to be off the back of some sort of, like, for example, if I had an argument, if I'm sad, now I'm going into the football match, something happened in my life, I'm not going to be playing at top-notch performance, So let's just sit back on this seat here. 28 or 26 as the number of games. I think it was 28. Yeah, 28, including this game and the game that we're going to stream next. So, because I already pre-put the next game's live stream out. So, technically, it would be 27 before that game, but then once we watch that one, it'll be 28. When you have the time to answer, anyone you want to see Man United sign? Probably Gayorquez. I mean, I just wear random football kits, so not necessarily support the teams I wear because I support Real Madrid mainly and Al Nassr because I live in Saudi. But yeah, I'll say anyway who I think. So Gayorquez will definitely be a good signing for Man U, especially with that link up of Amarim as a coach. Gayorquez again as his disciple would be amazing. They've already signed Cunha, and Buemo would be good on the right wing. Sell Garnacho. I know Garnacho's great, but I feel like he's more, would do better in a better environment. I don't think Man U's the right environment for him. Sell, who else did I say to sell? Let's have a look here at Man U's team, really. I think get rid of some of these defenders because some of these defenders are getting, pretty old. Sell Onana, bring in Diogo Costa. Onana's not it. I heard Onana was actually linked with an SPL team. He was linked with Neom, who are just newly promoted. They've got a bunch of funding. They're the next team in SPL's sort of targets to fund up and put up with the top teams. So Onana was a target for them. That would be good because that will give a lot of money for him. Lindelof, it's his time's up. Mazraoui's been okay sometimes. Deli, I don't really know. Maguire's good. He rocks up, He actually puts up a performance for the badge. You can tell he plays for the badge. One of the few players actually does. Euro's good. Shaw, no. Get rid of Shaw. Aiden Heaven's good. More chances for him. Johnny Evans is leaving, I already think. Fredrickson doesn't even play. Harry I haven't really seen much of him. I don't think it's going to be that great. at the moment. Maybe he needs some more chances. Diogo Dalot, he's only good sometimes. Let's be honest, he's very fluctuant in his performances. Dorgu, very, sort of fluctuant player. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not. I think maybe give him a couple more chances. Casemiro, great. He's been performing second half of the season. First half, he wasn't great. Second half, he showed up. Ugate's great second half, especially in Europa. Mainu's great, especially coming back from, some injuries. Mount, no. Collier, I haven't seen much of him, so I'll be honest for that. Bruno, great. Christian Eriksen, I think he might need a leave just in terms of being, most of the squad is actually aging, I would say, rather than young. There is a lot of aging players in the Man U squad. So I think Eriksen would provide a lot of money if they sold him now, and getting someone in that would sort of replace him as a AM or a DM would be great for Man U to really, boost the squad age to be younger, because I feel like a younger squad is going to provide, more of a solid gameplay compared to an older squad. Of course, keep, experienced players such as Bruno, such as Harry Maguire, definitely experienced enough. Ahmed is very good, one of the best players on the team, I think. Actually is the best, in my opinion, alongside Bruno. Wheatley, haven't seen much of him. Højlund, sell for Guy Orquez. Maybe put him actually, sell him, because then Xerxes can be a good sub-striker. He's definitely shown, glimpses of being really good. And Chido Obi-Martin is very good as well. He's been showing good stuff from there. And how old am I? I'm 18. I turned 18, let's see. I turned 18 now about 4 weeks ago. And I played when I was younger. I can tell you, if you train hard one day, you'll feel our U11 up. Stay strong and use chip passes. Yes. I actually play striker, basic voice. So, I'll try and, though, take the advice of, my midfield giving me chip crosses in. I also I play left wing, striker, left wing back, right wing, left back, right back, cam, centre forward. They're the positions I can play, so I really can play anywhere. My squad's good. My brother's better than me, and he's younger. He's only 13. I need to stop talks about Ferguson. He's gone. They need to find personality, not just compare everyone to Roy Keane or Scholes. Yeah, exactly. Definitely they need to, because of course, Ferguson, the best manager of all time, in my opinion, by far. So, well, not by far, but he's the best of all time. And I feel like everyone comparing the new coaches to Sir Alex and saying that this is the new Sir Alex era. For example, Ruben Amorim's going to bring the Sir Alex era back. I don't think that that's a good comparison, really, because no one's going to replace Sir Alex. And that's like really as well, same with the players. No one's going to replace Ronaldo on that left midfield for Ronaldo, Ji-sung Park, Roy Keane, Scholes, all of those players, Schmeichel. No one's going to replace them. 18, I look half of your age. Oh, Nelson, so many people have said that I look kind of young, which I think is good, honestly. I don't know if you guys think that's good, but for me, looking this young, just means that I'll look younger going into later into my life, and I hope that I'll continue to look this young for a long time, because, it's good. I love to look young. Of course, the next match coming up, guys, is going to be Monterrey versus River Plate. A big match, could decide who's going through to the round of 16. Of course, Monterrey, a huge contender for a dark horse in this tournament if they can, seal it against River Plate. River Plate, very strong team. Of course, Acuna is on there. He's brilliant. Striker trained shots without looking on keeper. Shots like Thierry Henry with one closing on long post. Yes, I actually train with my brother every day outside. My brother's actually been... I'm not going to say much about him, of course, because I don't want to, him to get too confident. But he has been chosen to go up, I think, 4 levels or 6 levels in age in the youth academy. I can't remember what it was, but he's definitely playing, very, very good. He is very good. I will say that, guys. And that youth academy has a lot of talent that he's going to. They're actually, I think, versing like Man City or something in a couple of weeks' time. Man City Youth Academy A, I think. So I don't know. We'll see. But he is definitely, the coaches have been saying about him. I think he's got more of a chance than me. I'd love YouTube to work out. Of course, I'm going to try and play for my university team because they are close to Al Nassr Stadium. That's why, of course, I got the home season tickets. So I'll try and play for their team, and maybe Al Nassr will scout me since they're right next to us, basically. And, yeah, I mean, I'll try and continue on YouTube, though. I love doing YouTube, guys. Yeah, I hope that we can be successful one day, And this is now going to be Ulsan Hyundai just giving the ball to for a throw-in. Nowadays is different level. All does trick and body movements while watching YouTube is amazing. Yeah, definitely. New footballers, new gen footballers coming out are really good. They're very, technical, a lot of body movement. There's not much really anymore, no skill plays where the players from the youth academies aren't doing, skills. They're just dribbling. I feel like that is sort of reserved, for players like, of course, Messi. He doesn't really do skills too much. He just dribbles through. We see that in some other players as well. I feel like another good player for that is Elise. He doesn't do really much skills. It's dribbling. Musiala. But then, of course, you got the players now like Doué and Yamal with a lot of skills, a lot of technical ability and flair. This is on the left side for Fluminense. Cerna back to Fuentes, now to Freitas. Now it's over to the right side. We'll start the timer as well. Just remembered, luckily. And it's going to be... Actually, I should have really done this. The superior player of the match voting has been started now. So I'll put the link in so you guys can vote for the best player of this game. Try not vote for just the most popular player on the field, like every other time that this has happened. Always the most popular is winning the votes rather than the best player. But there you go, guys. Play.fifa.com/possum. Vote for who you think is the best player on this field here. Would you like to switch teams where Cristiano Ronaldo will go to? No, I've supported Al Nassr now for a long time, so I wouldn't really switch teams. I love the team. I just think the management needs to change, And Al Nassr fans, most of them are good. Some of them not that great, but most of the fans are good. And, yeah, definitely a friendly family to be welcomed into. Musiala is your golden ball boy in the future. Yeah, definitely Musiala is showing, that quality. Hopefully his injury isn't that bad. I do think Elise, for me, is my favourite player on Bayern. Probably my favourite player in the Bundesliga. I also love Cole Palmer, Elise, who else? Doué. Doué's got the same birthday as me. That's why I love him so much. On Al Nassr's team as well, I love Sadio Mane. He's one of my favourites. How do I see out this match? I see it, honestly, it's gone so unpredictable like the rest of these games, really. I do see Fluminense still winning maybe 3-2, but Ulsan are so unpredictable that it's actually crazy to, predict. And it's same with, Inter, Red Diamonds. At one point there, I thought Red Diamonds was going to win. With time, you understand that money rules the world and FIFA wants a tournament to be successful. Yeah, exactly. Of course, FIFA want this tournament to be successful, and that's why they lied about the amount of attendance in half of these stadium games when there's clearly no one there. It's just to promote. But, at least we're getting some enjoyable football matches. That's all that really matters to me at the moment, at least, that we're just getting some enjoyable football. And first announced be that the most goals in all previous tournaments. Yeah, of course. Well, that makes sense anyway. There's more games in this tournament. It's like saying as well, where Cristiano held the goal record for this tournament. Now it's going to be broken literally in this tournament straight away because it's so easy to score in this tournament because there's so many games. Of course, I could be proved wrong, but we'll see. I guarantee you that someone will break it. Maybe Thomas Müller. Because he's close up there. Maybe Kane, I don't know. No, Kane's never been in this. Just realised as well. And this is going to be a ball out here for Ulsan Hyundai. Here's a chance for them on the counter, actually. Well, I don't know why the ball isn't going to the left side where Ludwigsen is. There should have really been a pass out to that left side. But here we have a chance for Ulsan to really score a third. And it's still Ulsan with the ball here on the right. And now Ulsan passing in. This is Borjan. And there's a goal. Almost no. It's just played back. Ludwigsen. I thought he really scored that. But no. The goal looked like it went in. But no, it wasn't. Ludwigsen just did a really dodgy control there. And Let's have a look at this again. So Borgen just a nice through ball to find Ludwigsen. And then, yeah, that control actually looked like it went towards the goal. But no, it is cleared out for a corner. And it's going to be an Ulsan Hyundai corner. Very close to another goal, guys. So close. And so far, it looks like Fluminense are going to be dominated in this second half. It's actually a throw-in. Must have not gone out for a corner there. And this is going to be a corner now for Ulsan. Just won by Eric there, number 97. I would like to see Messi and Ronaldo play together. I know, that would be so cool, seeing them play together. There's been rumours that they were originally meant to go to River Plate together, maybe in a couple of seasons. There's also this event coming up for this footballer's like birthday or something, or anniversary of footballing, where he wants Ronaldo and Messi to play on the same team with him, since he played with both of them. Cross coming in by Ludwigsen, and that is going to be cornered out for a goal kick, it looks like. Yeah, Fabio just doing a nice job on punching that one. Then who will win that game? I don't know. For this game, I have no idea who's going to win either. But yeah, so in that game for that guy's anniversary tournament, it's just a friendly, you know. It's all the players he's played against on 2 different teams, and all the players he played with on 2 different teams, and yeah, he's got Ronaldo and Messi on it. He'll play with them, and then he switches teams to the other side, so he'll verse both of them. So yeah, it'll be kind of a weird one. Jean Wu passing to Borjak, and now it's gone out to the right side here. Ulsan now with a chance. Ulsan getting ready to try and find some space here, really, to see out another 3rd goal to establish a bigger lead. This is Ulsan still just passing it nicely out to the right side here. This is now with the ball, Sang Woo. Now it's Eric. Eric still with it. Eric gives a nice cross, and that is just headed away by Thiago Silva, and it goes out to this left side for Fluminense, who are trying to really now get some possession, because at the moment they're not. Yeah, it's a charity game, basically, but it's for... have they ever played together? No, they've never played together, Ronaldo and Messi, never. The closest we got to, of course, was Messi being offered, I think, by Al Hilal, and then Ronaldo's being offered by Al Hilal as well, but no, Ronaldo wouldn't, first of all, betray, you know, Al Nassr, because he respects rivals fans, but he respects the team's fans and their rivals. He knows that they would never do that. But yeah, Messi is obviously an Inter Miami. Maybe he'll come to Hilal, who knows. Ludwigsen, I think he's going to stay at Inter Miami, though, because he seems very happy there. And this is now over to the left side. Is going to be Cerna. Cerna just playing it, and there is going to be a free kick for Fluminense just outside the box. It's actually in the tip of where the left and right lines meet for the box here, the goal box, just in the corner. Not a foul. That is a complete dive by Cerna, though. My goodness, don't think you could make a dive more obvious than that one. But he somehow got the free kick from Michael Oliver, of course. And now it's going to be Arias taking. Can he score 2 for 2 free kicks? We're about to find out, guys. We're about to find out. Arias, ready to take. Here we go. 2 for 2. Is it possible? Cross coming in. It's just cleared away by Ulsan. Brilliant clearance there by, I think that was Eric. Yeah, brilliant. Eric Farias. This Ulsan team has quick wingers on the right, and they love quick counters. Yeah, I know. I've been looking at this. I definitely think that Ulsan are good, especially when Fluminense commit too much to an attack. That's where they really shine. And yeah, they've definitely been, you know, making a lot of quick passes. At first, I really thought this was going to be a 3 or 4-0 for Fluminense. But Ulsan have turned this around after that first goal. After that water break, they really turned into a whole different team, basically. And are showing so much quality. Trojak taking this. They'll play at least one game in the future, one big game or even tournament, something like an over 30 against under. Or, yeah, definitely. They'll definitely play together for sure. I'm sure they won't leave everyone hanging. There's a shot by Ulsan, and it's just deflected away there. Nicely cleaned up by, I think that was Freitas with the deflection. Ulsan trying to win it back from Arias, and it's just given away by Arias to Ulsan Hyundai. And now they're here with another attack going upfield. And this is all the way back here for Ulsan to J-Ik. And now it's going to be Borjanik. And now over to this midfield area. Here is Eric, who has really dropped deep from striker. Borjanik giving a long cross out to Sang-woo. Sang-woo. Bad from him. That was very bad from him, actually. He just kicks it straight into Arias, who is standing about a meter in front of him. And now here's a chance for Fluminense. There's a good cross by Fuentes. It just doesn't reach, however. And this is going to be Ludwigsen passing it nicely to Borjanik. And now here's a chance again for Ulsan Hyundai. Ulsan called for the ball, and here's a fast break. Chance for Ulsan to score. It's a 1v1. It's now a 1v2, and there's the shot, and it just goes wide. That is so close for another goal for Ulsan Hyundai. He really should have done a back heel pass to the right side there. I don't know why he didn't really consider that one. Another onside breakaway for Ulsan Hyundai there. And poor defense again from Freitas, Fuentes, Silva. Not good. And it seems like that it was saved by Fabio there. He really should have done a back heel pass, this Ulsan player, Wo Sang, because there was literally a whole open area there with his teammate had basically an open goal because Fabio is too focused on the left side. They know how well football fans are waiting for that from decades. Yeah, exactly. Messi and Ronaldo have also been talking about each other a lot lately, so maybe, you know, this could be Messi's final year in MLS and he could be going to Al Nassr since Ronaldo did extend his contract by 2 years. So we're just, you know, Messi could be coming, play with Ronaldo and Al Nassr. That would be great to see, you know. Fabrizio even said that Al Nassr are getting a world-class winger this summer. So imagine that. That would be insane. I'd love to see them win the league together, win Al Nassr some trophies. I'd love to watch play home games because I'm getting the home ticket, of course. That would be so cool to see them both playing in the home games. I don't think, though, that it will happen just yet because MLS season does end in, you know, I think it's January or something. Or it ends in November and it starts in January. I don't know too much about MLS football, but I think that is the case. And imagine this link up in the forward line. Messi, CR7, Mane, Duran. Imagine that. Imagine that forward line. That is insane forward line. Of course, Duran the odd one out, but still crazy forward line there, guys. And this is going to be Fluminense now playing the ball back. Just trying to really find some open space here. This is Guga passing in to Martinelli. Martinelli passing out to the side here. This is now Fuentes. Fuentes giving a cross. And that is just going to be headed by... it looks like that Cano headers that one just off target. And it's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick for Ulsan Hyundai. And there's going to actually be a substitution here. It's going to be Martinelli coming off for number 16 for Fluminense. And number 90, Cerna, coming off for number 11, Keno. So Cerna, Martinelli, both making their departure from the pitch. And on comes Keno and Nonato. And this is going to be a long ball out from Ulsan just to try and find the front area. Yeah, I know. Jerry, it'll be so exciting. I'll be so crazy. Best idea. W's. If you'd like to see Messi and Ronaldo play together, smash like. And this is now Freitas. Fuentes. Fluminense really need to pick up the pace here a little bit. Some of their players actually are looking pretty tight. I think it's just because of the weather, honestly. This weather is looking pretty heaty. All the players sweating a lot. And this is now going to be out. Fluminense getting a throw in there, just playing it now back to the defense. And it's now going to be Silva, Freitas, now Fuentes. Fuentes passing out here now onto this left side. Little play from Fluminense winning a corner. They should do that for sportsmanship. Those two have been blessing for football. Yeah, you know what else? I feel like that them playing together would sort of, you know, bring the fans together for a little bit more. Like, not even just in a one-game fluke, you know. I feel like in an actual league sort of season, them playing together would actually bring the fans together, I feel like. A little bit closer, at least. I mean, we'd still have, you know, the extremists of each side of the fan groups arguing. But, of course... I think that in a league season with cup competitions and that, not just one game off, it would definitely show, appreciation between both fans. And what does Helena say here? Don't think Fluminense can take the lead back, just possibly a draw. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well now, because Fluminense are starting to actually look a bit tired on the ball. I mean, it's not even been, it's not even the 80th minute yet, but they actually are looking pretty tired already. Maybe the substitutions can do something here for Fluminense, but at the moment, Ulsan are looking the more deadlier side, which is something no one expected when this match started, And now it's going to be Ulsan just playing it down the field here, and it's given to Fluminense, and now Fluminense just playing around with it. This is going to be Freitas. Over to Gugo. And now Gugo passes to Arias. Arias ready to pass off, and it just goes to Thiago Silva. Now to, again, Freitas. Nice ball out coming to Fluminense's number 11. Little ball from him, and then it's just intercepted by Ulsan. It was almost actually a run on goal there for the new substitute coming on. And I'm telling you that team from Korea is better. In this game so far, just based on this so far, the second half of the first half's performance and the second half's performance, that this Ulsan Hyundai team is better. I'm not saying the team's always better, but, anything can happen in football. That's just like in the Hilal Real Madrid match. Hilal were the better team, even admitting as a Real Madrid fan. You say it based on each match. You don't say, like, this team is definitely better now. They won a match against them. Now they're the better team of all time. Like, no. Fluminense are definitely way better than Ulsan Hyundai in terms of, this season, all time. But Ulsan here getting this win would make them the better team in this outcome. Definitely. But, of course, Fluminense need to show a little bit more quality. They could get back onto this one quite easily, with a very good counter-attack, a very good attack on this left side, because this left side is looking pretty dangerous for Fluminense. Something that they could definitely exploit, especially with this new substitute, number 11, who I keep forgetting his name. Let's have a look at his name here. It is going to be Keno. Yes, Keno. Keno's been playing well, just coming on here only a couple of minutes ago. And there is actually going to be a substitution here for Ulsan Hyundai. It's number 13, Sang-woo, coming off for number 96. Sang-woo Kan coming off here, and Choi coming on as his replacement. And here is going to be a cross from Arias. Can Arias put a good cross to bring this back level? Michael Oliver just having actually a chat here with Fluminense and Ulsan. Yeah, definitely. Definitely that's a huge possibility because they'll be that's a lot on the line for Fluminense. Even if they lose this game, a lot on the line, and it definitely could see them through. Of course, everything could change with Ulsan winning against Dortmund on a match. But, just based on Dortmund's track record for defending, parking the bus, then I don't think it would be the case like they did even with Sundowns near the end there when there was 1-goal deficit change. Ulsan just clearing the ball away from the box. Dortmund, if they have to, against a strong Ulsan, will just park the bus with like 5 defenders at the back and wait out the game. They did it against Fluminense in the game against them, the opening game of this group. Keno now passing back. This is now with number 12, Fuentes. Giving a cross in, just headed away by Ludwigsen. And that has gone out for a throw-in for Fluminense. Everything can happen on this tournament. Yeah, this tournament proving to be anything's possible in this tournament. The random score lines are coming out here. This is very good football tournament based on just that. I love to see random stuff happening in football. Not just the defaults getting through. Of course, some new stars shining. And we are seeing that with these, the most recent games in round 2. Round 1 was pretty much what we expected for the most of it. Round 2, definitely showing a lot more versatile games here. Also, Mbappe will be missing Real Madrid's next match due to gastrointestinal. He's still got it. And so he won't be playing then, but he will be playing in the round of 16 most likely, or Salzburg's game. But against Pachuca, he's not going to be there. I actually doubt the Brazilian team can go on to win this game. Seems like they dropped the tempo or draw as possible. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. And that's why I'm saying, the heat for some of these teams is going to be too hard. That's why You know, Halal had the advantage against Real Madrid. Real Madrid's team was saying that it was too hot for them, but Halal, obviously, they weren't tired after that game in terms of, you know, being hot. They were all not even really sweating because the Saudi heat is really just heat-proofing them for this tournament. That's why I actually think Halal, there's a goal for Fluminense. It's back, 2-2. Just as we were talking about, you know, the heat being a problem, this team looking tired, and it's a goal, and Fluminense are back in it. When we doubted them, they came back, and maybe we should start doubting every team now because they all seem to score when we say about it. For example, Red Diamond saying there's no way they could score, and then they score against Inter. And then we said, no way Lautaro doesn't score, and then Lautaro scored to equalise. And now it's happened here. Maybe I shouldn't say any doubts on game for these teams because we should just let it play out. But yeah, just given by Ulsan to Fluminense outside the box there, and there's just a shot. Just a little tap in there. Nice little shot there from number 16. Not tap in, sorry, but like a nice tap in the direction. I believe Zabi put him out. I think this is just for news. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely seems like he's missing, but I don't know why, if so, Zabi would put him out because that's a bit stupid. Mbappe is the best player on Real Madrid from last season, and he is clearly one of the best going into this next season, scoring, 48 goals. Why can't you watch this game on DAZN? You can. Oops, I accidentally clicked a goal there. Sorry, it's not a goal. You can watch this game on DAZN. It is on DAZN.com. It's for the free thing. You just make an account with your Google, and then you can go watch it on DAZN.com. I can't stream it on the screen here, otherwise I'll get copyright strike by YouTube, and they'll take down my channel. But that's why I'm just talking with you guys about the game. That's why I like it. Talking with it, commentating on it as I watch. I have the no ads version, so I won't get interrupted too. One more, and they had three. Yeah, exactly. And this is going to be a throw for Fluminense. Smash like for big games, guys. This is a big game. And love to see a lot of goals. 4 goals. The best game so far for me in terms of goals was Dortmund Sundowns. That was so entertaining. 4-3. Brilliant set of goals. A lot of intensity to that match. A lot of different versatile moments. And when you thought Sundown couldn't come back from a 4-1, they do. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. That match, and then this match is turning out to be the same thing. Ulsan and Fluminense. Who would have thought that this match would be this contested? Need Fluminense not win to make it easier for Sundowns. Yeah, definitely. Sundowns would have it way easier if Fluminense gets, the loss here. I think also a draw would be valid because it would make it so Fluminense just need a draw against them. Yeah, so it's either a draw or a loss. So Ulsan are really the hope for Fluminense in terms of not getting a win. And here's a chance for Ulsan Hyundai. It's just nicely sort of parked away by Freitas. And sorry, you can't stop yourself. Dark senses of human. And now this is going to be on the right wing here, Guga. Now it's back. But better not offend FIFA on your channel. Yes, definitely. Let's not offend FIFA because in the future, FIFA could invite me to actually commentate on these events. Who knows? I want to go in person for the 2026 World Cup, if possible. That's why we're trying to grow the channel here, one step at a time. And, yeah, it would definitely be fun commentating in person on those matches. But, yeah, can't offend FIFA. They might not let me into the stadiums. And this is now Guga. I'm joking. I'm sure they'll let me in if I offered them the money for the tickets. And that's just now going to be Silva trying to find a little play. This is Guga. Cross coming in. And it just goes straight out there. It's going to be a goal kick for Jeonwoo. And it actually looks like there's a little bit of a foul there on Ulsan's Youngwo. Your theory will win if they won. Yes, indeed. Your theory is on the table. But, of course, we will have to see. Bojanic is in the box, a key player for Ulsan Hyundai, key in the sort of build-up. He's been very good, and it looks like that Trojak will be taking the goal kick in, just passing to Hyunwoo. Draw is better, yeah. I think it's more entertaining as well if we have, a draw. That is a foul straight in the face there. Not actually given by Michael Oliver. It's a push in the face completely by Keno, and then it's just, poor from Michael Oliver. That decision, Ulsan on a breakaway run here. It's a chance for a 1v1 against the goalkeeper, and it looks like this might be a penalty. Michael Oliver is saying nothing. There might be a penalty check here for Ulsan Hyundai. That is an insane tackle from Fabio. It looks like maybe this is going to be a goal kick, but there is going to be a check here because so far Ulsan deadly on these counters once again. Yeah, keeps more teams in the game till the end. We don't want, the groups decided on round 2. Definitely be more fun like this. And yeah, it seems like, nah, it doesn't look like this is going to be a penalty. Fabio gets his hands on that one clearly first. There could be a check, of course, but I think this is going to be a goal kick. It seems like, though, that the runner for that, I think this is going to be, who is this that did this run on goal? Just trying to check who it is, guys. It is going to be Wansang there. The run on goal is fouled in the box. There is a potential penalty check. I don't think it's going to be a penalty just based on how it was tackled off him. Yeah, no pen. It's going to be play on. He's being treated off the field, so the play can resume. Now, Ulsan have one less player on for a little bit here. This is going to be Ulsan just crossing it downfield here. Just a little play for Ulsan. Now it's on the right side. Number 7 for Ulsan, Sionboom. And now it's going to be Borjak. Just passing over here to this left side, Ludwigsen. Now with it. Now back here. Ulsan definitely been showing insane quality, though. These counterattacks are definitely the best chances they have to now get back into the lead here. Ludwigsen, nice little one-touch trying to find... Borjak. Nice one-touch trying to find, really, Ludwigsen, sorry. And that is now Fluminense just kicking the ball down the field. A nice header by Trojak. And it's going to be Fluminense still having the ball. A lot of stuff happening here. It's like a bunch of scrambles. That's why I'm trying to really narrate these guys. But it's going so quickly. Bojanic there. Nice pass. It's going to be out the side here for Eric. Eric passes nicely. It's going to be Ulsan now, still with the ball. Eric on the right side. Eric tries to find a pass through. It's going to be a throw-in for Ulsan Hyundai. Next to the box here. Wansang still holding his face and just walking out. It might be substituted off. I'm not too sure. And it looks like that Eric's going to take this throw. And it's going to be Bojanic now just losing it. And now it's Fluminense on a counter here themselves. This is now a 3v4. Yeah, need one more goal. Exactly, Jerry. One more goal in this game would really, make it exciting, because then there's a possibility of a, sudden last-minute thing. Here is a chance. Keno, very close. There was actually a slip of the ball there from Ulsan. They're so slow and chat, over 3 minutes to go. True sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. My network's actually lagging out sometimes too. So, yeah, definitely the Wi-Fi everywhere is a bit bad. But, yeah, definitely Fluminense to win this game need that last goal. And winning this, of course, would give them the advantage of making Sundowns have to get a win against them. But, yeah, at the moment, it's still a draw and a win on the table for Sundowns. And now it's Fluminense crossing this in. And it's just going to be headed clear of the net by Trojak. And it's going to be a throw-in, it looks like, possibly, for Fluminense. And there is going to be a substitution here. Lekava is coming on. Nah, mine also lagging a little bit. And Lekava is coming on. And off comes the injured player. Wansang is off. And Lekava is on. Throw-in from Fluminense just being lost a little bit. And Keno now retaining for their team. And it's now going to be a throw for Ulsan Hyundai. And it looks like that there is going to be a water break here, regardless of the motives for the Club World Cup by Infantino. This was something that was needed, and it will get better in the future. Yeah, I know. Club World Cup is definitely needed, to promote the non-Europe teams, the teams that are so, out of the international spotlight. Who knew Sundowns would be that good? Unless you're a Sundowns fan or a South African League fan. Definitely showing the quality of their team. And It's just like some of these other teams. Monterrey, I didn't really watch many of their games. I haven't actually watched any except for the game against Inter. They were amazing. Some of these, the South American teams showing up and disproving the fact that European football is on, 5 times better than South American football. There is a clear, now disparity in, opinionations between the different continental leagues and stuff. So definitely this was a needed tournament, especially the Club World Cup magic, of course, has been displayed throughout with some definitely brilliant games. Much better than the opening game. The 0-0 still was the worst. And Porto's game, I think, against Palmeiras was just as awful. Those 2 games were probably the worst in this tournament by far. Oh, and Dortmund, of course, their game against Fluminense was very boring because Dortmund were playing horrendously. They were playing so bad in that game. And same with Porto in their games. Porto, probably the worst team in this tournament. They're the failure of the tournament. If you guys saw that YouTube short, sorry, I was going to say Instagram reel, that YouTube short of the Club World Cup teams being picked. Yeah, I had Atleti as the worst team of the tournament, but no, Porto. River Plate from Monterrey will be interesting. Yeah, definitely. I do think that'll be an interesting game. Definitely will show a lot of attacking perception from Monterrey. Their defense was sound in the Inter game, besides that one chance at the very from that free kick that Lautaro scored. The defense in the rest of that game was completely perfect by Monterrey. Of course, Sergio Ramos leading the defense line. He scored and sued, which was one of my favorite moments of this tournament so far. Love that. Respect from Ramos. Hitting the Sue in the field there. Sundowns will lose their striker, Reyners. He's lethal. Yeah, I know. Them losing Reyners will be definitely bad. I feel like, though, we saw a lot of quality from Matthews, which was great. Matthews was brilliant on that left side for Sundowns until he came off. He was really providing a lot of chances. The initial goal. We also had Ribeiro on the right side, which was brilliant from them. So definitely against Fluminense, they're going to have to use those wing sides. Maybe do the breakaways that they were doing against Dortmund, because it seems like that Fluminense is weak against these sort of breakaway chances, as we've seen. And this is now Keno on the left side for Fluminense. And it's just one back by Ulsan Hyundai. Ulsan now bringing the ball down the field here. 13 minutes left of regular time. There is still an Ulsan player injured on the ground. Michael Oliver playing on. Fluminense. Arias takes a shot, deflected away, and the Ulsan player still on the floor. No, he's gone back up now. Ramos is crazy. His character knows skill. Exactly. And Williams disappoint. Yeah, definitely after the first half, like the first 15 minutes, Williams was he was definitely down with it. I feel like after he got that first goal, conceded against him, just passing it out to the other team, Dortmund, he definitely lost a lot of morale for playing in that game. Hence why Job's volley was insanely easily stoppable. I'm not discrediting Job for the goal, because he did make Dortmund in the end, possibly win the game, because otherwise it would have been a tie. But Job's volley was so easily savable. Williams should have really done better there. It was like going at, I could have walked over from the goal and saved that. And then, of course, the giveaway. And then I think there was the deflection. That was nothing you can really do about it. Mado did that. And, of course, as well, there was also the second goal, which was given away in the midfield. But I don't really think that was his problem. The first and third goal were definitely Williams' fault. If he had been on form like the previous game against Ulsan Hyundai, not Ulsan Hyundai, against, who was it? I'm trying to remember that team that they were playing against. Now I've completely forgotten. Oh, yeah, it was Ulsan Hyundai. Yeah, if they were on form like Ulsan Hyundai, Williams there with his saves, he would have definitely been, keeping Sundowns really with a chance of going round of 16, with a permanent chance, actually. But yeah, unfortunate that that didn't occur. What do I think is the end result for this one? Well, first of all, welcome everyone new to the stream. Everyone welcome, who is just tuning in. And the end result, I think this is going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a 2-2. Yeah, Alond was not good, especially that's near the end of the second half. He started to perform a little bit until he gave away that free kick at the end there and wasted the remaining time. But he was good really only at the start of the second half. Then the rest, he was not really performing that well. And it's going to be a free kick here for Ulsan Hyundai. Actually, a goal kick, it seems like it just might have touched out. The Sundowns versus Dortmund game was fire. Yes, a lot of goals, 4-3. Nonetheless, it was a very fire game. I really appreciate the lot of goals from both sides there. Really, providing for us. Better than Dortmund's first game, I have to say, though. That 0-0 was one of the worst matches of this tournament, along with the Porto-Palmeiras game. Both those games are probably the top two worst. And definitely Dortmund provided in this one with the goals, and same with Sundowns. And Mado Sundowns right back, unsung hero. Yeah, except for the deflection, which I don't even really think was his fault, to be honest. I mean, it's an own goal is, you can't help with the deflection. But yeah, Mado was definitely great on sort of silencing that left side, especially with Svensson on the field on that left side. He was definitely very deadly, and he silenced him for most of the match there, actually. Same with Guirassy. Guirassy wasn't getting too many chances until he really moved over to the right, because before he was playing on the left, and then, yeah, he moved to the right. Here's a chance for Ulsan Hyundai, proving their pace there, and it's just defended well by Flamengo. It's now Flamengo with the ball again. But, yeah, definitely some unsung heroes in the match. I will say is the unsung hero for both of Sundowns matches, Langer. That guy is top. That guy is top, Langer. That left back is amazing, I have to say. And I wish Ulsan win or draw this game, or it will be bad for Sundowns. Yeah, definitely. I wish, personally, Sundowns to go through, just because I had them as my dark horse prediction. But still remaining neutral. Of course, this is going to be a crucial game for Fluminense to get this win here, to really try and secure that round of 16 football. Ulsan have been, definitely playing well, so props to them. They've been so amazing. Smash like, though, if you want, these games to continue to be as big as goals as we've seen, 2-2 now. We had a 4-3. It's just been entertainment at its finest. And what's my tip for the upcoming River Plate game? I think that Monterrey is going to be as well a big dark horse in this tournament. They are exceptional, Monterrey. They were exceptional in Inter. I do think that Monterrey might win that game against River Plate, just based on the fact that they were so good defensively. And there's a goal. Fluminense have scored. It's 3-2. And as it stands here, this is going to be a hard one for Sundowns, because it seems like Fluminense have almost certainly secured round of 16 football. Let's see, yeah, it's currently 4 points at the top there for Fluminense in first, along with Dortmund, tied first, actually. And now Sundowns are back to third with a 0-goal difference and 3 points. And there, Fluminense has now got the lead there. Everyone who is going for Fluminense, W's to you guys, because your team is now back in it with a chance to really get through this. Draw River Monterrey, yeah, definitely as well. And that is going to be a 3-2er right there. Now, the only chance for any Ulsan fans, any Sundowns fans, is for, of course, Fluminense to concede one of these fast breakaway goals. But, yeah, definitely that would be a goal. Even if it wasn't a goal there, that was going to be a penalty, because that tackle by, I think it was number 22 for Ulsan Hyundai, was extremely dangerous looking. This match will surely end in a draw, but a team that scores now will surely walk away with the win. Yeah, exactly. Ulsan and Red Diamonds, heartbreaking, I know. Red Diamonds especially, they were so close, guys. They had it in the bag until the very end there. Lautaro bicycle kick, and then that finishing goal in the extra time. I felt sad for Red fans, honestly, especially their fans continually chanting in the crowd the whole game. So respect to Red fans, Red Diamonds, sorry. Red Diamonds fans, honestly. Respect to them. Sorry, I said Red fans the whole time. Red Diamonds, you know what I mean. And this is going to be a substitution here for Flamengo. And the substitution, yeah, the expiry time goals, always going to be possibly the winner. Of course, we could see, the biggest comeback of the century here for Ulsan here. But it looks like, yeah, they're subbing off the main team now. Bojanic coming off, who was almost crucial in some of these breakaway goals. He's come off, and as well, number 7, Song Boom, is coming off, and number 18 is coming on. So it looks like they're actually doing some attacking changes here, Ulsan, because, they desperately need this win. Without this, then Ulsan don't even have a chance for round of 16 themselves. So they do need a win here themselves or a draw at least, to maybe get around a 16 football. I think BDS in the River Plate game. Yeah, I definitely think that... wait, what do you mean by BTS? Sorry, I'm maybe a bit stupid myself on the little slang there, Ashukum, sorry. But I do think that Monterey will come away there with some sort of result because they are looking good. Yes, Ulsan, please, exactly, Natando. I'm praying for you, Sundown fans, you Ulsan fans, that they can do it. But yeah, at the moment, Fluminense is looking like it's going through. Ulsan, please, no goal. I'm neutral, okay, guys? I'm neutral, I swear, okay? Not going for anyone. Yeah, Sundown's in trouble here. Sundown's in big trouble. They still can get it if they get a win in the next match, so we can't doubt them because they've had the best possessional gameplay in the whole tournament so far. Both teams to score. Okay, sorry, Ashukum. My brain not working here. It's like 3 a.m., so yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, both teams to score. I do think River Plate will get maybe the opener, and then Monterey gain 2 goals to seal off a victory. Yeah, this could potentially be a 3-3, Mr. Messi, exactly. It's still in Sundown's hands, so at least, yeah, they did get the first 3 points against Ulsan in the opening game for this group because it's really allowed them now to have almost an extra lifeline here. They have a chance now to sort of defeat Fluminense, but it's going to be a big mission for them. You think some European clubs are going to be looking at Ulsan for some of their players? They got some quality. Yeah, I know. Some of these guys are definitely looking great, and that's why I think as well, when I see the likes of Lunga in Sundowns, for example, and also some of the Monterey players, I definitely see, you know, quality in those guys who aren't really being displayed on the international level. And, you know, they could easily be scouted by the European clubs now that all of the teams are in this tournament, you know, some of the big teams, they're all eyes on this tournament as well. Inter shows us, yeah, Inter's definitely got a possibility of getting through, but, you know, Inter really should have won their game a bit more confidently against Red Diamonds, definitely. Yes, definitely some courage. It's important because River will play last game against them. Yeah, definitely important win for Inter. Under 2.5 goals, 1-1 draw maybe. Definitely drawn end. Yeah, so excited for River versus Monterey. Yeah, I know. I'm so excited too. That's going to be the big game of today, I feel like. I mean, this one's turned out to be a big game as well, surprisingly. Who would have thought that Ulsan would even be, you know, doing this sort of chances? Not myself, just based on the first game performance, but they've really turned up here and put on a good show for us. So props to Ulsan once again, brilliant. And the fans in the crowd, props to you too as well. And the fans turning up in this chat as well. Sundowns have goals in them, so they will surely go out guns blazing. Yeah, exactly. I do think Sundowns will get a couple of goals, especially their style of football is actually similar to Ulsan's. So we could see really well the same sort of gameplay from Sundowns. Maybe a slightly higher quality because their players do look really good. They look like a very high-quality team. One team I was also surprised about in this, if we have a look at the groups here, the team I was most surprised about as well was Esperance. They actually got a chance to get to round of 16 as well by trying to beat Chelsea. Now, Chelsea, if they continue in the form that they did against Flamengo, where they dropped off the face of a cliff after second half, then Esperance do have a chance there. Of course, Ben said, a very good goalkeeper, very good player. I haven't seen him before this tournament, but again, another player that really big teams could be looking at because he is looking amazing in the goals there. I believe coaches tell Inter players to play like under Inzaghi after break. Yeah, they're playing the same. Didn't have much time to get them ready. But I can see the same thing with Darmian, for example, playing like Dumfries. I don't know where Dumfries is. Does anyone know where he is? Because he's not even on the subs bench or he's not injured. Yeah, Chelsea last game was a mess, exactly. If you're like, even if you weren't a Sundowns supporter, didn't know Sundowns, you saw how good they were. Yeah, well, watching every game in this tournament, Sundowns so far have been outstanding on the possessional front. The best possessional-based team in this tournament out of all the games except for Juventus versus Align. Juventus only beating them out there just because Align, of course, shouldn't even been in this tournament. Should have been Al Ittihad from the SPL, not Align from UAE League, because Align are not great. Only Rahimi is good from their team. And Rui Patricio, who is a new signing. Sundowns study Fluminense, so don't worry a lot. They know them very well. They said they studied them a few years back. Okay, I see. Yeah, so Sundowns might have, you know, an idea on how to beat them. They'll probably already be training now after today, going to the training booth tomorrow to, you know, get ready for that match. Supporting both Chelsea and Sundowns, this was a sad match week for you. Oh, that's unfortunate to hear. Yeah, a lot of different score lines that we would have never really predicted in this tournament. But yeah, it's all happening here in this Club World Cup, and I'm glad to be doing all the games. So yeah, W's to all of you guys as well for your chat messages with me. I really appreciate you guys talking with me, you know. And let's see, I think I forgot a thing. Plus Sundowns, I reread that one. Did I? Chelsea Bayern in its first game after group stage, sure, like Inter Miami against Botafogo from your calculations. I see. Yeah, so Chelsea making it through. Bayern, I don't think Bayern are going to let Chelsea through them, to be honest. Unless, of course, the problem with Chelsea wasn't actually, again, the players. It was, besides Nicholas Jackson, the problem was Enzo Maresca. His substitution timing and the quality of subs placing on the field were so bad. Again, I've said this so many times. Liam Delap should have been on the full 90. And this is like Real Madrid as well. Trent coming off. What a stupid idea from Xabi Alonso. I'm sorry, Xabi. But as a Real Madrid fan, that was stupid. Lucas Vazquez is, again, having to sacrifice his reputation for a silly sub. I feel like all clubs should fear South American clubs in this campaign. Exactly, 1K. Exactly. Definitely should be fear the South American clubs. And Fluminense on an attack here again. Bayern and Chelsea on a different level. I mean, Chelsea, you know, that their problem is the coach. The coach, I don't think, is that great anymore. I thought he was good at the start of the Prem season. He's not that great, Enzo Maresca, in terms of, you know, tactical awareness sometimes. Here's a chance for Ulsan, and this could be a goal for them. No, cleared away by Fluminense, luckily. And this is now a chance for Fluminense, actually. It's a 4v3. Guy's going to be... for real, Bayern is disrespectful for real 10-0 plus again 2-1. And did you see the celebration, Elise, like this? Like, come on, bro. He's hidden the Rashford against them. And there's a goal. Fluminense 4-1-2 now. Sorry, what am I saying? 4-2. Couldn't even remember the scoreline. That's how many goals there's been. And Fluminense scoring there. It looks like it was Keno. And they're doing the selfie Sally. It seems like. What a goal by Fluminense, just skilling past the empty field, because all of Ulsan's players are actually up forward. 7 additional minutes in total, by the way, so we've already done 2 minutes of that. North African teams cause a headache because they play a lot of crosses in the box. Except Al-Ali, I was really surprised. I thought they would be going through the round of 16 instead of Inter Miami, but Inter Miami put up a surpriser defeating Porto. Porto were real the biggest, worst team in this tournament, but Al-Ali, I thought, would win a couple of games, but they were very unfortunately not great. There is a header there and a half by Keno, and that's the finished game there, guys. Unfortunately, Ulsan couldn't do it, but there it is. It is what it is. But Sundowns now have a big game to really on their hands now to defeat Fluminense in their next one to qualify for the round of 16 as the only South American team probably to do so. I can't remember them. Any other South African team. Sorry, South Africa. South African team to do so. I don't remember any other South African team doing it. Fluminense, you hate them. And yeah, Keno, super sub and a half there. Crazy. Sorry, guys, sometimes I mumble on the words. So if I say something wrong, you can kind of get what I mean. So again, I'm so sorry. But it is so early for me. It's 3 a.m. I've been doing every match, you know. So I haven't been getting much sleep, but I've been doing it. It's part of the grind, you know. And this is going to be a corner for Ulsan Hyundai, and it looks like maybe they can get one back. It's not going to really do much, but getting one back here could, you know, change at least the goal deficit. Yeah, Ulsan definitely tried, but they've just not got the clinicality at the end for, you know, finishing this game with, you know, players who aren't that tired, because definitely it looks like Fluminense had a better sort of coaching substitutional sort of variety there. It feels like that Ulsan didn't really have that with their coach. So maybe that could be on the coach there. But the coach definitely did put them back in this game, you know. Thank you, Basic Voice. Appreciate that. But yeah, definitely the coach brought them into this game. And now, yeah, it's just him that's really taken them out of it with, you know, the substitutions being wrong. Maybe they should have really parked the bus from the 2-1. Yes, I do every match, Basic Voice. Every match. It's all done. Every single one. W effort. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. They must just block and defend after scoring. I know that's what they should have been doing, but yeah, they didn't do it. A bit disappointing for that, but yeah, definitely in the future, you know, another Club World Cup, if they come here, they'll have to, learn their mistakes, because this is what Auckland did against Byron. Auckland, from the get-go, tried to, play very attacking football, and that's what caused them to concede 10 goals. Then they went with Benfica and played very defensively, and until that 2-hour delay for that match, they were looking, astoundingly good against Benfica. Only 1 goal conceded, and then after the break, of course, Benfica doing good by doing tactical superior changes, and that really, ended up preventing Auckland from retaining that 1-0. So I think it's mainly on the 2-hour break in between the match for that poor sort of performance in the second half. And thank you so much, Zahir, Basic Voice, Mr. Messi, all of you guys. I appreciate all of you so much for that. The nice words, it makes my day here. And only 1 minute left of this game. And this is going to be Ulsan just playing it out to the right side. No time left for anything. I think Sundowns will win that game. Surely it will be end-to-end match. Yeah, I do think that will be an end-to-end match. Definitely, I can see a lot of attacking plays. I can see a lot of goals already. I can see maybe a 4-3. I don't know if it's tied and they're tied on goal difference. If it goes to pen shootouts or extra time, I'm not too sure. We'll have to always see when it comes to the day. There's a shot by Ulsan, and it's just saved off the line by Fabio. And thank you so much, Wonka. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the kind words. And this is going to be a corner for Ulsan Hyundai. There is a shot. They could have really put them with a 1-goal deficit instead. But yeah, Fabio on the line save there. One-handed. Brilliant. The South Asian teams, doing a good job. I feel like that maybe Halal's going to be the only Asian team to get through to the round of 16. And then, of course, possibly the quarters, just because their team is extremely strong. Knowing the SPL for 2 years now, 3 years now, their team is great. So I can see them getting, into that round of 16 easily in that group. And this is going to be Ulsan Hyundai's corner. Cross coming in. And it's just cleared away by Fluminense. There's a shot from the volley, and Ludwigsen just misses everything there. And it's going to be a goal kick, and it's going to be full time here. There we go. Full time. 4-2. Fluminense, 4 goals. Ulsan, 2 goals. We'll read out the stats just before we end here, and then prepare for the next match, of course, River Plate versus Monterrey. Make sure to subscribe so you can be tuned for that one, because we'll be back here live, And let's see these stats here. So, in the end, Fluminense 70% possession, Ulsan 30%. Expected goals for Fluminense, 1.68, 25 shots, 8 on target, 3 big chances, 1 big chance missed, 590 passes with a 91% accuracy, 4 fouls and 12 corners. Ulsan Hyundai, 30% possession, of course, 0.72 expected goals, 10 shots, 3 on target, 1 big chance, 0 big chances missed, 219 passes, 79% accuracy, 14 fouls committed, and 4 corners. And thank you so much, Pumezi. Hope I said your name right. Sorry if I didn't. You can correct me if you like. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Yeah, kind words. Again, appreciate them so much, guys. It really just makes my day here. But yes, we are going to be live again in 1 hour. Thank you guys for attending this one. I appreciate it. W to Fluminense for, getting the dub here after going down. Definitely some good changes from the coach there. You wonder if Chelsea is going to take it as seriously now, knowing Maresca, he'll just get Chelsea to pass the ball around pointlessly. Exactly, and that's why I think Maresca, as a neutral perspective on Chelsea, Maresca doesn't look like the right fit for the job. I think they need someone new that's not going to play this sort of style, has a little bit more higher IQ in terms of substitutions to be made. 20-win max power nap with legs a bit higher. Yes, definitely. I'll be taking one of those as well. Basic voice. But I'll see you guys in the next stream in 1 hour. Goodbye, guys, and thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe as well if you enjoyed.